This presentation is designed to keep students from being so petrified in lab checkoffs that they need to repeat them. We give 3 chances, but that takes a lot of your spare time and hours, and we don't get more fun after 2 tries. You must arrive at your checkoff having practiced and had a dress rehearsal in front of some audience. I hope this presentation helps you. I teach first semester nursing in UR 111, along with 2 partners. My name is pronounced Fuji. I am a wife, mother, and grandmother, and a church lady with a gaggle of hobbies. I have not, however, built hardscaping before. We just moved to a new house in Culpeper, and it's a big rectangle of sod, to be closer to you. Start right in. Don't stay in your head. You can't come prepared for a complex skill just by going over it in your head, any more than you can win the Masters tournament in golf without hitting balls on courses first. Small balls, little stick, big course, small needles, big body. Good analogy. Assemble your supplies and get going. I made a plan. I measured. My yard has a steep bank occupying half the yard. I wanted to climb the bank, set an arbor, have a place for a cool drink while my grandchildren played. I wanted to connect the flower bed on the bank with the sandbox above the bank and under a new tree. Roses would climb the arbor and I wanted a paved place for my granddaughter to play dolls in the roses' shade, her little secret garden with a gate. Be willing to make mistakes. I've never done this before. Right has a definition for each of us. For perfectionists, there's only one right, and that right is perfect. But humans are not perfect. For us non-perfectionists, we strive for best quality, shortest time, smallest amount of pain, and other goals that constantly ebb and flow. No one perfect way. Humans have lots and lots of right ways. In the end, it's important to avoid being wrong or unsafe. You're a beginner. You were not born with this skill. Don't make up your own procedure like I did. Steps sounded like a lot of heavy labor on YouTube with lots of picky steps and rules, so I decided to try just paving the slope with a walk. I made up my own solution to have that dry place, but it was too steep. The pavers slid, and dolls would just tumble. Moral of the story, don't make up your own procedure. It's not likely to be safe. The first rule of skill is patient safety. Work with your open lab instructors and fellow students to get second opinions. Start right in. I didn't know how steep was too steep. Not only were they imperfect, they were wrong. I dug them up and tried again. Keep trying. Some of our skills take 45 minutes and have 100 tiny steps. Gene Kelly plans his dance, then begins to rehearse. You are rehearsing. Take a bit every day. Plan for a week of rehearsal to learn a new skill. We'll show you ways you can practice at home so you don't always need the open lab and mannequins. We are going to rain on you because stage fright occurs. So get someone to pretend to frighten you by being the instructor. Have a friend or family member videotape you. That camera on you is like our eyes on you. Make dress rehearsals. The second steps fail to hold. Not too bad, level, but unsafe. I looked closely at sturdy steps in the historic area of Culpeper that had been in place for hundreds of years, maybe. The horizontal part that one steps on must be supported by the vertical riser below it. I had them backwards. And they must have mortar. Wished I'd had a thoughtful professor ask me a good question about my procedure. Took it out again. Researched how to work with mortar. Pretty good. Level. There's a double wide step right in the middle where Marie will play under the arbor. A rising step above it, an extra one, makes her seat. When my foot arches pain kicked in, among other pains, I knew I had to replace my shoes. Nurses replace their shoes quite often. Yep, nurses wear ugly shoes, it's true. It's not perfect, but it is safe. The pebbles in the pebble patio are a bit too full, and I thought extra would help with settling. Actually, I made the base correctly and have had no settling. The furniture I had isn't good for a pebble patio. Little feet sink in. But it is my first one, and I'm extremely proud of it. I bought that arbor at a thrift store for a fraction of new. Still in new wrappings, never used. Score. Here's one just to be amusing. I threw out those cut-off men's overalls when I was done. They stood up on their own. You probably will be happy to discard your uniform too. We are really not that scary. We are not here to have you fail your procedure. We are here for you to succeed. That's what keeps us in our jobs. Your role is to assemble your supplies, start right in, practice in front of an audience, and have a dress rehearsal. How would you feel if your nurse came in with the Ivy Start kit looking like this kitten?